boy PopPop. So the winds have kicked up back up in California, and it's wreaking havoc. So we need to pray for the people in California. Be careful of our comments, that we don't curse ourselves by making any nasty comments. Because when you do that, you attach yourself to the evil. So you don't want to do that. So Psalm 103:20, bless the Lord, you angels, who excel in strength, who do his word, heeding the voice of his word. So a lot of people know in their heart that God does exist, but they're stubborn. They kick against the goads. Now, if you understand the word goad is to prod somebody, to poke them. And in certain cultures, there were harnesses that horses were bridled into, okay? And if the horse knew that the day was going to be long, a long day of plowing or whatever, it would kick against the harness. So they would build the harness with spikes on it. So when the horse kicked against the harness, it would kick into the spikes and cut its hoof up. So, what's up? Thank you so much for the $7.99 shout out. You're the first one who's ever done that. So, Kempang, what's up? Kempang, where are you from? Are you from like Vietnam or something? So, tell me where you're from. In any case, fam, Hong Kong, wow. Always wanted to go to Hong Kong. All of the exciting sights and everything. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. What's up, Layla? The places in Hong Kong, like they have similar to a Times Square with all the great big media and stuff. I like the one media where the shark is on the edge of the building and people walk by and the shark comes right down and almost eats them. That's fascinating too, how they do that. So, okay. Well, you can play it back later. You can play it back. Yeah, it was a whale or something. All I know is that when the people came by, it reached out. I believe that's how the Antichrist is going to do when people are supposed to worship the beast. It's going to be some great big thing that is projected onto the sky or something like that. Mario, I'm only 70. I have to go see ya. I'm glad that the videos help you. So, I'm not pressed about Mario calling me old. I'm 70 years old, got all my teeth. I'm in my right mind. So, some people call me Mario. Ron, I've been bedridden for 7 years. I've been 7 years lying here looking up at the ceiling by myself. But see, I pray for people. That is my ministry, is to pray for people. And exciting things have happened. I prayed for a head of state to be to have his position back. I prayed that for a year and a half, and it happened. So people give up on prayer too fast. They're like, well, God didn't answer my prayer in 10 minutes, so, you know. You didn't show up for Christmas 7 years and you're on YouTube now, a minister. I never said I'm a minister. I said I'm a watchman. There are a lot of watchmen. Those are the people that are watching for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to come back during what's called the rapture. Then the tribulation will follow that. 7 years of hell on earth, like the people in California said to Mario, I'm going to time you out for a second. Mario, be very careful about making fun of a handicapped person. It happened to me very quickly. And it could happen to you, it could happen to anybody. I knew a guy who mocked God, and he got handicapped very quickly. What's my dream? My dream is that all would come to soul salvation in Jesus Christ. So when I have a dream, it's walking up the stairs past a sentry angel into heaven and not looking back. So time is very short. So again, Psalm 103:20. Bless the Lord, you his angels, who excel in strength, who do his word, heeding the voice of the word. Jesus is the word. He's the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except by him. Okay? God made a very expensive way for our soul salvation, letting his son go to the cross. And that was destined right from the beginning for Christ to go to the cross. Well, PopPop, people got by without Christ centuries ago. No, they didn't. When people passed away centuries ago, they went to the underworld. They went to Hades or Sheol, Tartarus, Gehenna, or to paradise. Cassie says, I hate 200 million subs. I have no idea what you mean by you hate 200 million subs. In any case, if you had passed away without Christ, you'd be stuck in the underworld, okay? So, all right. Don't do that and hog up the comments section. That's not nice to do. Hog up the comments section. See, everybody thinks everything is a game. So Cassie says, you reach 200 million subs. So, the key of discipline, when you're a young person and you want to find out about a certain discipline, you find out somebody who's already done it and you emulate that person, okay? That's exactly why I'm on the tube, is to help younger people avoid the pitfalls that I fell into so that they'll be further ahead earlier in life. I had a very bad background of being used like an ashtray by my father, who thought it was just normal, to take a big puff on a cigarette, get that sucker nice and orange and hot, and then lift up my shirt to crush the cigarette out on my belly. And I smacked his hand away one night, and the cigarette fell onto his precious industrial wool carpet. And he was angry about me smacking his hand away. And I said, well, don't put your cigarette out on me. I'm not an ashtray, okay? And one time he punched me in the face, knocked me down the basement stairs, came down and stood over me and beat me like we were in a bar fight. You know, he was 60 and I was like 11 years old, and he was 60. Beat the crap out of me, almost unalived me, okay? And then a few days later, he said, son, I have a treat for you. No, I got to the point where he almost had to beat me to death to get things through. Because when you're used to abuse, you can take a lot, believe me, and I can take a lot. But he said, I gave you a copy of my new book, and it's autographed, so you can add it to your set. An autographed copy of my new book of poetry. Two geese fly into the sun. Their shadows are so close, there is one. Wow. That's so friendly and poetic and all of that other stuff. Wow. He said, what do you think of that, son? I said, well, Buck, you ought to take that crap and grind it up and sprinkle it on your garden. You'll be able to feed the world. He was like, nah, you miserable, you know. But, hey, Joseph. So, what does the word Joseph mean? Joseph is a really good name. My brother-in-law is Joseph. What does the name Joseph mean? Wow, that's a good name. It means God will increase. God will increase. My name means protector of women, and God gave me my eternal name in a dream. My eternal name is going to be Gamaliel. Gamaliel. So I have to remember what that means too. Gamaliel means teacher or something like that. Let's look it up. My phone is being a smart alecky phone. What does the name Gamaliel mean? What does the name Gamaliel mean? Okay. Wow. The name Gamaliel means God is my reward. It's derived from the words Gamal, which means reward, and El, which means God. Reward of God. So, are you going? So, that's not nice to hog up the comments like that. So, Why would you do that? When you come to my channel, you're a guest in my house. So when I was a toddler in 1959, we had gone to a white-only beach, and karma bit us in the butt, and we came back and we were horribly sunburned. And my brother was sitting on the back porch eating a grilled cheese sandwich like a little squirrel, minding his own business. And my father came and he dumped a whole bunch of Old Spice cologne in his hand. And you know that's got alcohol in it. And he slapped my brother on the chest and the belly. And my brother screamed like an old woman, "Wah!" and threw his sandwich up in the air. Very unpleasant scene, you know? And my mother wasn't brave enough to stop him. And so when my brother ran out of the room, my father turned to me. I was just a toddler. I was just a couple years old. So he turned to me, he said, "Come here, boy." I was like, "No." "Come here, boy." "No." "I'm your father." "Yes." "Come here, boy." "No." I ran out and had nothing to do with him. I would run away from home when I was 6. My parents had the cops come bring me back in a cop car. And then after that, I would run away, and my parents would just leave me alone. They were like, "Yeah, if he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't." My father always said he'd raise the ones that survive. You know, my parents in no way should have had 9 kids. There was no way. We were raised like lab rats. So, but in any case, and this is for you prison peeps too, even though you're in a cell right now, you can still serve God and have a wonderful eternity. Deuteronomy 13:4, "And you shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him, keep his commandments and obey him. Obey his voice. You shall serve him and hold fast to him." Okay? You want to hold on tight to God in these last and evil days. If you don't have Jesus Christ in your life, you're outside of the umbrella of God's protection, and you're in very grave danger. With everything that's going on in the world, it will come to you eventually. Believe me. Even if you don't live in California or North Carolina or any of the other places that got wiped out, it will be coming your way. You need to have a backpack packed with essentials so that when the time comes, you can sling that on your back and run out the door. And the sorriest I feel for the people out in California are all the animals that got fried, because, you know, when a cat thinks something's wrong, they'll run and hide under the bed or underneath the sofa. And you know, when your house is on fire, getting ready to burn down, they said that this fire covered 3 football fields each time it jumped. Now, can you run 3 football fields? I doubt it. Most people can't run the length of 1 football field. And they said that this fire, every time it jumped, it cooked 3 football fields at one time. That handicapped guy, Rory Sykes, got roasted in the fire. And I think his mother went to get help. She came back and the house was burnt to the ground with Rory in it. So those kids that set the fire, one of the channels has got video of these 4 or 5 guys setting the original fire up in the hills, and he posted it, but he didn't call the law or anything. He should have called the men in black and told them about the video. But these kids were laughing and everything, that they had set the thing on purpose. And you figure all of the innocent people that were hurt. God knows who those kids are. God knows who they are. They're not getting away with anything. What's up, Sharon? So, you got back from running errands. I'd like to be able to run anything. I haven't seen the outside of my door in 7 years. I wheel up to the door and look outside and watch the other people who are living their lives. I've been 7 years in my room looking up at the ceiling. I'm so grateful for my YouTube fam. So, Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage. He will strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So, excuse me. That cough is called, thank you for saying that, Sharon. That cough is called a cardiac cough. It's when the heart doesn't keep the lungs pumped out in older people, and the lungs fill up with fluid, and you get this drowning sensation, which is very unpleasant. I have to live in the discipline of being on death row every day. Every day, it's like you're a prisoner on death row, waiting for the inevitable. Very unpleasant. But the way I survive it mentally is I realize that I'm eternal and I will be in eternity with the Lord soon. So I have to give him credit for that he will rescue me at one point or the other. He will rescue me. Psalm 62:5. My soul waits silently on the Lord alone, for my expectation is from him. So anytime you have a Bible, the word he, him, Lord, God should all be capitalized. If they're not, throw that Bible in the trash. If it says that Mary was a maiden and not a virgin, throw that in the trash. If it says that Jesus is the capstone and not the cornerstone, throw that in the trash. It's not accurate. The devil has people change the words of the Bible to take away its effectiveness. Speaking of being taken away, I gotta go. I've been faithful in praying for all of you, my New York peeps, my prisoner peeps, my YouTube family, my Watchman River family, my relatives. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and when I get another cup of coffee in me and a little bit of a snack, I will go right back into the prayer chair and pray some more. We're in the final days. We're in the final days of what's called the age of grace. Next comes the birth pains. Then after that, the rapture, and 7 years of hell on earth. So it's unpleasant at the end of a race. You know, at the end of the race, you got salty sweat running in your eyes. You got snot running from your nose. Your clothes are soaked in sweat. You know, it's very unpleasant, but you have to push forward. You keep on pushing, keep on praying. Pray until something happens. You pray, and then when you pray about something, then you give God the praise. Sing to him, spend time with him quietly in your prayer closet. Turn off the rap music and the news and all that other garbage. Just be with the Lord. If you don't want to be with him right now, you have to, well, it's a sense that the other shoe is going to drop. It's a sense that something is gonna occur. And they're saying now, the congressmen and all are saying that they are going to show us the aliens that have been among us. Don't kid yourself. Those are not aliens. They are demons, okay? They're demons. That's how close we are to the deception. But in any case, if you don't love the Lord enough to want to be with him now, you're not going to be in the rapture. God's not going to force you. The one man said, the one very nice man who said that we're all in God's station wagon on our way to the mall to get a hot fudge sundae, he said that even if God had to grab you kicking and screaming, grab you up into heaven, you're going, no. God does not usurp the will of a person. So if you're saying, God, I don't want you right now, I want to live my life, get older, then I'll turn to you. You're not gonna make the rapture. The only chance for you will be to be martyred during the tribulation period. That's going to be so unpleasant. All right. The better choice is to choose for God and Jesus Christ now. All right. While it's easy, relatively easy. That way you can love on the Lord and have that fabulous eternity. Pop out.